Over the past 12 to 18 months, Gateway Pet Guardians has had a tremendous amount of growth. We have acquired an emergency shelter that we use for any rescues that we have. They go to the shelter first and then we find them a foster home. We have started rescuing off the euthanasia list at St. Clair County Animal Control, and we also started a spay and neuter clinic for East St. Louis residents to cut down on the population of animals ending up at animal control and on the streets. In 2012, we had rescued 181 animals. This year to date, we have rescued 240. 71 of those animals have actually come from the euthanasia list at St. Clair County Animal Control. In 2012, we had 168 adoptions. 2013 year to date, we've had 226. All of this amazing growth that we've seen in the past year is because of all of the hard work and effort of all of our volunteers and fosters. However, we have picked 3 individuals and 1 organization that has really helped us to push the boundaries and just elicit all of this growth that we've seen over the past year.
When I started, we were a really small organization. It was about 5 years ago. And I started by going to adoption events and helping at adoption events. And with that, I just continued to help with different things. And 5 years later, I turned into a shelter manager. The first shelter manager that we had when we opened last July 2012. And from there, we have grown exponentially. It's been just such a ride. My favorite dog to date would have to be probably Clooney. Clooney was our first dog at the shelter. She came in pregnant, super pregnant. She had her puppies at the shelter. We bonded immediately. She was the sweetest dog. I still keep in touch with her foster, and I get to, I don't know, keep tabs on how she's doing, and she's doing fabulously.
I actually got involved with Gateway Pet Guardians through a fluky thing. A friend of mine on Facebook liked the website, and I started following it for a long time before I actually got involved. And when the shelter opened, I figured it was a perfect opportunity. My favorite thing about Gateway is the size of the group. The fact that there's not a ton of people that are involved, but enough so that you can know people pretty well, and it's very hands-on. I ride with PJ and I love it. It's an easy thing to get out of bed at 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning on a wet, rainy day, just because you never know what's going to happen and how exciting it can be. The favorite dog that I've had at Gateway is Pizza. And Pizza was one of my first fosters, and we rescued him from an abandoned house over in East St. Louis. And he had some major health scares, almost actually passed away while he was one of my foster dogs. Ended up having surgery. Actually, a couple who owns a canoeing campground did a search and wanted a pug mix and found him. And they actually, once they found out his story and that he had had surgery and needed a special home to be able to rehab him from his surgery, we made arrangements to meet down there because they didn't want to delay that. And he actually does hydrotherapy in the river where they live. They have hydrotherapy there in the river and in a hot tub, and he is like off of all of his pain medicines and just brightens everybody's day there.
Amy, who got me involved with Gateway, was the 2012 Volunteer of the Year. And I jokingly said, when I heard that she was announced as the Volunteer of the Year, oh, well, I need to be that for next year. I didn't really think about it much throughout the year of my volunteering, but I just did what I had time to do and what I had desire and passion to do over the last 12 months, and here I am. My favorite Gateway dog is Alice. We rescued her from a very bad situation where she was trained to be aggressive towards everything that moved. And when I first met her, I walked into her kennel and I said, "Hi, sweet baby girl." And she rolled over and gave me her belly, and I fell in love immediately. Gateway, as an organization, deemed her not adoptable because of her bad history, and because we weren't sure how she would react in different situations. We decided to find a forever home for her at a sanctuary. So one of the things I did out of my extreme love for this dog was raise money. Now Alice lives at Spirit Animal Sanctuary in Boonville, New York. I helped to raise some of the funds to send her there, and she now has acres upon acres to run and play and be free with many other dogs and animals and is in a loving, safe place where she can live out the rest of her life.
I have been involved with Gateway Pet Guardians even before there was that Gateway Pet Guardians. With all of the people who started Gateway, we were actually working with them with another group, and then they decided that there was a need for an organization like Gateway Pet Guardians, and they started their own group. And so it was an easy choice for me to continue to work with them. I mean, I knew what kind of people they were and what good work they would do. So it was an easy transition, and it started out very small with just a few volunteers, and we've been working with them originally just as a volunteer veterinarian, and now I'm actually on the board of directors. One of my favorite stories involves a little puppy that originally was named Seth, and I think his name has been changed to Kilkenny now. He came in, he was found on the east side, and he had been attacked by another dog, and he actually had 3 broken legs. With the help of the specialty practice here in town, he had multiple surgeries, but he is now a happy, healthy, running puppy.
On behalf of the board and everyone at Gateway Pet Guardians, we just want to thank those 3 individuals, Tim, Stacey, and Tara, and of course Hillside Animal Hospital, for everything that they've helped us accomplish this year, and we're really looking forward to a successful 2014.